In a high-security vault at Yale University sits a 600-year-old book that the world's greatest codebreakers cannot read. It's filled with drawings of plants that don't exist, star charts that don't match our sky, and a language that has no origin on Earth. Is it an elaborate hoax, a message from another dimension, or the secret diary of an alien botanist? Today we are opening the world's most dangerous book. For over 1,000 years, the jungles of Central America guarded a secret so vast it was thought to be a myth. We used to believe the Maya were a sparse civilization, small groups of people living in isolated jungle pockets, eventually swallowed by the emerald greed of the rainforest. We were wrong. In late 2024 and throughout 2025, a revolutionary technology called LiDAR, light detection and ranging, did the impossible. It stripped away the thick canopy of the Guatemalan jungle, not with axes, but with billions of laser pulses. What it revealed shocked the world of archaeology to its very core. Beneath the trees sat a sprawling, interconnected megacity named Valeriana. We didn't just find a few buildings. We found over 6,000 structures that had been hidden for a millennium. Superhighways connecting distant cities, massive agricultural terraces, complex water systems. This wasn't a collection of small tribes. This was a sprawling urban empire of 15 million people. But how did they build this without wheels? How did they sustain millions in a jungle that wants to kill everything? And most importantly, why did they walk away from it all? To understand the Maya, you have to understand their environment. The Yucatan Peninsula is a brutal landscape, either bone dry or flooded by monsoons. To survive, the Maya became the world's greatest hydrologists. They didn't just wait for rain, they captured it. Cities like Tikal were designed as giant funnels, directing every drop of rainwater into massive, paved reservoirs. These were lined with quartz and zeolite, a natural filtration system that provided clean water to thousands, even during droughts. They moved mountains of limestone to build pyramids that touched the clouds. At the site of Aguada Phoenix, researchers discovered a platform so massive it took more man-hours to build than the Great Pyramid of Giza. And they did all of this without horses, without oxen, and without metal tools. Every stone was cut by hand with obsidian, and every block was moved by human muscle. Their economy was fueled by the black gold of the jungle, cacao and salt. This created a trade network that stretched from the heart of Mexico down to the coasts of Honduras. But the Maya weren't just engineers. They were obsessed with the clock of the universe. Their astronomers tracked the movements of Venus and the stars with more accuracy than any European scientist of that era. They viewed time not as a straight line, but as a cycle, a massive wheel that would eventually return to where it started. At the center of this cycle were the Kuhul Ajav, the Holy Lords. These god kings were the only bridge between the human world and the dark underworld of Xibalba. To keep the sun rising and the rain falling, the gods demanded a price. That price was blood. This led to the era of the Snake Kings, the Ka-Nul dynasty. From their hidden capital in Calakmul, they ruled through a shadow network of puppet states and brutal warfare. This wasn't just Game of Thrones. It was a struggle for cosmic survival. But as the cities grew larger and the kings demanded more, the pressure on the land reached a breaking point. The collapse of the Maya is history's greatest mystery. For years, scientists looked for a single smoking gun, perhaps a great drought or a massive volcano. But the 2026 data suggests something far more complex. It was a perfect storm. Centuries of deforestation to burn lime for their white-painted cities had ruined the soil. Without trees, the local temperature rose and the rain simply stopped coming. The god kings who promised rain in exchange for blood were failing their people. When the commoners saw their kings could no longer control the heavens, the social contract vanished. War turned inward. Today, we see evidence of killing walls built hastily inside once peaceful cities. We see unfinished monuments and thrones smashed to pieces by angry mobs. The people didn't die out. They simply realized the city was a trap. They abandoned the megacities and returned to the land, leaving the Great Pyramids to the jaguars and the vines. The Maya didn't disappear into thin air. Today, 6 million Maya descendants still walk the earth, speaking the ancient languages and keeping the traditions alive. The ruins we find today are not just tombs of a dead culture, they are a mirror. They show us what happens when a civilization outgrows its environment. As we look at the LiDAR scans of Valeriana, we aren't just looking at the past. We are looking at a warning for our own modern world. Because in the end, the jungle always wins. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more of history's greatest mysteries, make sure to subscribe. 2. Echoes of Time. The Maya had their hieroglyphs, but we eventually learned to read them. But what if there was a language that defies every rule of linguistics? Click right here to discover the mystery of the Voynich manuscript, the only book in history that has never been decoded.